Yo, don't worry about it. I'm good. I'll tune into FM 103.9. I'll get the details. Okay, let's take this call before we go to our guest today. Hello there. Good morning.
Hello. Good morning.
Hi. Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Please turn off your radio.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I'm calling from Lagos.
Say that again. Your name?
Yes. I would like the procedure to be televised live.
Okay.
Yes, the reason is that if they know that people are watching them live, they will be cautious of how to deliver the judgment. So that is my own take. Although I know that our watching may not really influence the decision of the court, but it will put them on their toe that the entire world is watching.
Thank you
and
so much.
They will not want to entertain any silly mistakes.
Appreciate that. Alrighty, thank you. We're sure that judges are capable and all right, so let's leave that there for now and go straight to the focus for this morning, which is something related to the court, but this time we'll go to Osun State.
Yes, we'll be looking at the Supreme Court's decision to affirm Adeleke as Osun State governor, and we have with us to discuss this public affairs analyst and oil and gas analyst, Comrade Bala Zakka. Good morning, Comrade Bala. Thank you for being with us this morning.
Thank you, and good morning to our listeners and viewers across the globe.
Good morning to you, and thanks for being there. Well, just 5 years after narrowly missing out on becoming the governor of Osun State to a supplementary poll conducted in 2018, which he eventually clinched barely a year ago in the July 16, 2022 governorship poll, Governor Adeleke finally heaved a sigh of relief yesterday at the Supreme Court. Did uphold his election victory, ending all disputes against him by Adeleke, his predecessor, barely settling into office after being sworn in November 27. You recall that the Osun State election petition tribunal had on January 27, 2023 sacked Adeleke as governor on the grounds of overvoting in 774 polling units in the state. Now the tribunal in a majority decision also declared Oyetola as the winner, but that was upturned at the Court of Appeal. The Supreme Court yesterday finally put an end to the matter by declaring that his victory at that July 16 election last year indeed was valid. Let's hear your thoughts on this decision by the Supreme Court.
Well, when I heard it yesterday, for me, I just felt at last the Supreme Court has spoken, and whichever way the decision had gone, I will have been applauded by me, because I felt so much time has been spent. There is a need to look towards healing. There is a need to shake hands, and there is a need to provide leadership and governance for the people of Osun State. As far as I'm concerned, I've always supported what I call an inclusive and an integrative government or leadership. And to that extent, even if you defeat me, but in our local government interest or our state interest or our country's interest, if you feel in my party, there are credible people that will help the local government or the state or the country to do well, bring them on board. So it is now time to provide the dividends of democratic leadership and democratic governance for the people of Osun State and by extension to Nigerians.
All right. Speaking of the people of Osun State, what implication do you think this verdict would have on them moving forward?
Well, one thing about context of this nature is there will always be one captain. There will always be one leader. And that is why people like me, regardless of your dexterities, if God crowns you and you are there, please carry everybody along.
Right.
And because that simply means, regardless of how sound the gladiators were, only one person will sit on that seat. So carry everybody along. And when it gets to level like this, some of in Nigerians, we are believers, regardless of our religious affiliation. For me, at this point, I want to believe that the Creator has crowned who He wants to lead the people of Osun State. I always make this say this because I will always remember what happened to late Abubakar Audu of Kogi State. There was no opposition. The results were declared that he was the winner or everything. People were celebrating, but he couldn't get sworn in. At the end, Yaya Bello was sworn in. So outside everything, outside the law, the technicalities, some of us who are believers, especially Nigerians, we believe that, the Creator also has his best wishes and plans for the people of Osun State and Nigerians. So at this point, please, everybody should shift their sword. They should all work in the state interest of the state of Osun.
All right. So
Osun State.
Yes. Just yesterday, the president congratulated, congratulated Adeleke, as well as the president-elect. Now we also have the, Boyega Itola also congratulating Adeleke. What do you think this portends for democracy, specifically in Osun State and Nigeria? How do the broader politicians nationally should be acting, especially when a party actually is being declared winner, especially by the Supreme Court?
In fact, I almost shedded tears when I saw the clips. It reminded me of the kind of approach that former President Jonathan adopted for the greater unity and peace of Nigeria. We are seeing a replica of that now at the state level, or what we can call a subnational level. This is what we want, because many people don't know that Nigeria is a model for the continent of Africa. If we get it right in politics, other African nations will follow suit. If we get it right in energy, if we get it right in education, if we get it right in health, other African nations will follow suit. But we must start by getting it right at the councillorship level, at local government level, at state level, and what we are seeing happening now, and by extension at the national level.
Alrighty. So let's talk about the economy of Osun State. Like Council Felix mentioned, immediately that judgment was declared at the Supreme Court, the president released a statement, not just acknowledging that judgment, but also encouraging everybody, especially politicians in the state, to rally around the programs of the governor Ademola Adeleke. What do you say about this? Because he's how many months now into his administration, and from your knowledge and observation of the programs he's introduced so far, what would you say, especially to the people of Osun State, politicians there, as well as to that message by the president to rally around him and make his programs work?
Honestly, I have to confess, what I heard from the president gladdened my heart. No, I don't want to say for the first time, but the president spoke as a father of nations. The president spoke as somebody who was a leader and still a leader, and that is how politics should be played. So to some extent, we have to talk about governance, economy, and delivering the dividends of governance. And this is where the truth will come. And this is where I always tell politicians, there is one thing about politicians during campaign. A politician will tell you that I will construct a 10-kilometer road for you if you vote for me. As at the time that politician will be making that promise, he probably does not know how much a tipper of laterite costs. He doesn't know anything about the soil chemistry of that road. He doesn't know how much a bag of granite costs. So immediately he gets elected or they get elected, the reality, the perception, the reality, and everything will come to play. But it will always be our wish as loyal citizens, whether at state level or government, local government level or national level, that one thing that will now happen will depend on the visionary approach of the governor and the kind of supportive lieutenants that he is going to get.
Right.
Because no matter how visionary you are, if you don't have supportive lieutenants, you are not likely to achieve your vision. And that is why we are saying, in the interest of Osun State and the greater citizens and respected and loyal citizens of Osun State, let there be no political differences now. Let there be no religious differences or senatorial differences. All those that will contribute for the greater growth, unity, and progress of Osun State should be brought on board, regardless of their political affiliations. Because at the end of the day, it will be good for the people of Osun State, they will be a model for other states, and it will be good for the greater Nigeria as a whole, and who knows, for even the continent of Africa and global humanity.
Interesting. Well, I get this point, and of course I'm inclined to agree with you that the goal should be development, especially for the good of majority of the public, right? But what happens to opposition, right? There would always be an opposition party or several opposition parties. What role would they play? In this case, they've said, all right, we accept the judgment. It's a contest. One person must win, the other person lose, or the other persons lose. But how would you advise that going forward? Very quickly, if you can wrap that in 1 minute, would appreciate that. By the way, you can join the conversation 0703 227 733 or 0909 555 1039, or simply send a WhatsApp message to those numbers, or go straight to the live Facebook broadcast and drop a comment right there as regards this subject matter. So back to you, Bala Zakka. What does the opposition do going forward?
You know, we always ask and wish for inclusive democracy, inclusive governance, and inclusive leadership. The reason is because if the current governor fails, it is the whole of Osun State that will fail. If the lieutenants fail, it is the whole of Osun State that will fail and suffer. And that's why we always ask for bringing and collection of brains, regardless of where. In fact, even if one or two people, I've seen states like Lagos State where they even bring non-indigenous to help them in driving their vision and objective, and that's why Lagos is doing well. But there is something I also want to say. No matter how good leaders are, loyal citizens are supposed to act and work like watchdogs. No matter how loyal we are going to be to our leaders, we will continue to pray for them to succeed. But if we notice that there are areas where they are not doing well, we should bring it to their attention. And if there is a need to criticize them, honestly, we should criticize them constructively in the interest of that local government, or in the interest of that state, or in the interest of the country.
Alrighty. We need to leave things there, Bala Zakka, and appreciate you so much. We've been speaking with public affairs analyst and oil and gas specialist, Comrade Bala Zakka, on this subject of the Supreme Court judgment yesterday, which came in favor of the governor of Osun State, Adeleke. Thank you so much again for your time.
Thank you so and much. Congratulations to the people of Osun State and Nigeria by extension.
All right,
appreciate that. Alrighty, there you go. It's a good thing that parties in the matter. The other party now, that's the All Progressives Congress, did at least congratulate and accepted that, and there's no bickering, so to say, about this one.
Yes, sadly we have to cut the Law FM morning show short this morning, because at the top of the 10 o'clock hour we have the Legit Therapist with Dr. Jibs coming right up for all your topics on mental health related matters. Yes, so you want to stick around for that.
That's right.
I am Beatrice Inem.
And I'm Felix Uzoma. So good to be here.
There you go. Kingsley Bass's money. We're back again 9 o'clock tomorrow. Do not stray breath. Legit Therapist next. Bye for now.
Right here. This is Law FM 103.9.
Exclusive. Where we take your business from where it is to where it should be.